Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's on DisneyPlus.com. A quick news update for you guys on YouTube TV removing Disney channels. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Carriage disputes in the United States are not uncommon, as Disney tends to have this issue every time one of its major deals expires with major cable companies. But this one is a little bit different because it's with YouTube TV. So this is a kind of a cable alternative. It's all streaming and it is extremely popular with about 10 million subscribers. Quickly become the go-to for people that are kind of moving away from cable but keeping live TV going with streaming. Now, Disney did reveal a couple of weeks ago that the contract was coming up for renewal and they couldn't quite come to a deal, and that a blackout was likely to happen. Well, last night it did actually happen, just about half an hour or so before the deal was set to expire. All Disney channels just kind of stopped working, so that included ABC, FX, Disney Channel, FX, all kinds of stuff. So those channels are now no longer available. Now you can't even find them on the YouTube TV. Usually on cable, when they would tend to go, you might get a message telling you what's happened. With YouTube TV, they're just not popping up. So we don't yet know how long this deal is going to be a problem for, because carriage disputes can go for days, hours, sometimes even weeks. So this could entirely be over by the time you watch this, but it could also continue for a while. Now, what this all generally comes down to is money. Like most things, YouTube wants to pay less and Disney wants to get paid more, because basically Disney is providing the service and YouTube is buying it. So there's generally seemed to be a big dispute. YouTube wants to pay a lot less, or kind of have a better deal than Disney currently have with its competition, such as Charter, Spectrum, Comcast, those kind of things. But yeah, they've not been able to make a deal. So it does mean now that if you're a YouTube TV customer, you're no longer going to have access to those channels. Now, if it goes on for too long, YouTube TV will be taking like $20 off the bill to kind of cover that. How long that goes on, who knows? And how long this deal takes place, it could, like I said, it could be days, could be weeks, could be months. Now, this is actually the 5th dispute that YouTube TV has had with distributors this year. It's already had it with NBC Universal, Fox, and most recently with Univision, though they actually ended up taking all their channels off. The other networks were able to kind of do a last minute deal to keep it in. YouTube TV is becoming a bigger player. However, things are a little bit different, I think, now, because ESPN is now available on streaming. ESPN Unlimited means now that anyone that is on a package can just go like, screw it, I'm going over there and I can watch my sports. We've never had that option before, and this kind of might change what's going on. Also, recently, Disney has just finalized its deal with Fubo, so that's going to be combining its Hulu Live TV bundle with Fubo at some point in the future, so that business is coming together. So YouTube is kind of throwing that of saying, oh, well, they just want to get more people to go over to their own platforms. Makes sense from their point of view. But also, more importantly, and I think this is where it kind of interconnects with Disney Plus, is that when these carriage disputes have happened in the past, usually as part of the deal, then the cable providers then are able to offer Disney Plus with ads and also ESPN Unlimited with that bundle, kind of offering the content to subscribers, because kind of cable customers then can kind of have the best of both worlds. It's good for Disney from the point of view of keeping its linear business operating. They keep getting that monthly income, boost their subscriber numbers, while TV subscribers then also have access to streaming and traditional channels. But it's unclear if YouTube wants to be paying for that. Maybe they're trying to get it a little bit cheaper and they don't want it. Who knows? Now, there have been some statements from Disney and YouTube. Disney said, unfortunately, Google's YouTube TV has chosen to deny their subscribers the content they value most by refusing to pay fair rates for our channels, including ESPN and ABC. With a $3 trillion market cap, Google is using its market dominance to eliminate competition and undercut the industry standard terms we've successfully negotiated with every other distributor. We know how frustrating this is for YouTube TV subscribers and remain committed to working together towards a resolution as quickly as possible. While YouTube TV also said in a statement, last week Disney used the threat of a blackout on YouTube TV as a negotiating tactic to force deal terms that would raise prices on our customers. They're now following through on that threat, suspending their content on YouTube TV. This decision directly harms our subscribers while benefiting their own live TV products, including Hulu Plus Live TV and Fubo. We know this is a frustrating and disappointing outcome for our subscribers, and we continue to urge Disney to work with us constructively to reach a fair agreement that restores their networks to YouTube TV. According to Disney sources, YouTube TV was looking for a better deal than anybody else in the market, aka better than Charter or Comcast, and they added that YouTube was unwilling to pay those market rates for those channels. And this is where it's all kind of getting a little bit messy because, you know, the whole thing with having Fubo and Hulu Live TV obviously is a direct competitor to YouTube, but they have to be seen to be doing good deals. But there's also that other side of thing. If YouTube is wanting a better deal than what anybody else is getting, you can see how Disney might be like going, well, this is the deal that everybody else has got. This is the price. And there is fundamentally a thing of Disney is selling a product. And they get to a point where they go, any company selling any product will go, that is our bottom price, or you have to pay that, or you can't have it. And YouTube is going to be pushing that. They're big, they're getting bigger. But there is this other big problem now, I think, for YouTube TV, is how long this goes for is going to mean people might start going, do I need these channels? Can I get that elsewhere? Can I just go straight to ESPN? And that is the problem. The longer this goes on, and it's really going to be a problem now for cable companies and YouTube, etc., when these carriage disputes come up, because now you can go directly to Disney without having to go through cable companies, which, again, it's better for them. They can kind of get some more money out of people. I think ultimately for YouTube TV, the cost of it, I mean, it is very expensive. You know, it's around about $100 a month. So, you know, not having access to that content when you're paying for it, but also it might be that time of going, do I really need it? Do I really want it? And yeah, I'm sure there's going to be people cancelling YouTube TV. There's going to be people that are going to be putting all the blame onto Disney because, you know, blame Disney for it. And the same way, YouTube is it's Google. It is a massive corporation. So we've got two big corporations. I don't think necessarily there's a good side in this. Ultimately, YouTube TV subscribers are the ones that are paying for it and not getting a service. So that's the problem. But fundamentally, YouTube is the customer. And ultimately, there is a cost for any product. There is a cost there. And while anyone that's buying stuff would like it as a discount as they can, they do reach a point where, you know, suppliers will go, no, that's the end. You know, that's as far as we're willing to go. We're not going any lower. And especially, yeah, there is that fundamental line now. ESPN Unlimited changes the game. And whether or not this deal does get made, and whether or not Disney Plus and ESPN Unlimited start getting included in the YouTube TV bundle, that could be very, very interesting. But let me know what you think of this. This is a good move, a bad move. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments below. Go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters.